Well, Happy New Year's 2023. You are watching the aerial lift bridge here in Duluth, Minnesota, rising to its full height of 135 feet. We have another episode of the American Century. She's going to be departing. She is leaving SMET dock with a full load of coal. I'm going to keep the camera over on this side because she is going to be coming towards us, the left side of your screen. She's going to be coming around the corner from the Duluth Harbor Basin. We probably will get some spotlights. American Century, she is known for that. This is a 1,000-foot vessel. I hope everybody had a wonderful day. 2023, kind of hard to imagine, but that is the year. Show you some of the conditions here. I saw some ice floating. Take a look at some ice sheets out in the canal. Very calm, very nice conditions. 30 degrees, 10-mile-per-hour wind. Show you the flag in the distance. That's going to be the wind that the captain will be dealing with. Not much. Let's take a look at the bridge. Always look at the light to see what the current, the water current here in the canal is, and you can see that small light right there in the center of your screen. That's that amber yellow. That indicates that there is a very minor current inbound, outbound, really nothing for the captain to have to worry about. But here's a Duluth hillside. I'm on the South Pier. Gonna watch this beautiful ship go outbound with you. I think a lot of people had the day off of work today. Let me give you some information before you see the American Century. 1,000 feet in length. Hey everybody in chat, how are you? Great to see you. It's been really fun commenting with everybody. It's so fun to see so many others with the same type of passion. And I think all of us, we've seen this American Century quite a few times already, but still just as excited to come down to see her as I've always been. So here you go. Here's some information about the American Century. Built in 1981, 1,000 feet in length. She is owned by the American Steamship Company based out of New York. She was built at the Bay Shipbuilding Company in Wisconsin. Her original name was the Columbia Star, and that name stayed in place from 1981 to 2006. She has 4 3,500 horsepower General Motor diesel engines. Carrying capacity is 80,000 tons. So as I mentioned, she is going to be fully loaded as you see her going outbound to the lake. 80,000 tons of coal. Hey Greg, Henderson, Nevada. It's a little warmer there, I believe, right outside of Las Vegas. I know exactly where you're at. Beautiful place. Well, let's take a look at what's going on here before the AC goes out. I always like showing you the Park Point side. We got some snow. There's been a lot of melting that has been taking place today. A lot of slushy streets. You have the Superior entry on that side. Give you a scan of the Duluth hillside. Zoom in so you can see some of the lights there. I'll go slow for you. The large building right there in the middle, that's Essentia Health. That's our healthcare organization up here in the Northland. So there's a little bit of a turnout on that North Pier side over there. That's Canal Park. As you know, I'm a big fan of the communication towers up on the hillside over there. In this direction over here, this is called West Duluth when you go this way. But I had to come down here because there's not much of a football game for me to watch anymore. I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan, being in Minnesota here, and things aren't going too well against the Packers right now, but I'd rather come down and take a look at the American Century. At least I'll know what I get when I see her come out. Not those Vikings. Only a few people are on my side. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see. Have some ice sheets a little further out. On the harbor, on the bay side, in this direction, you go to the left. That's the Duluth Harbor Basin. That's where the American Century is coming from. And if you go further down to the left, you'll go towards Superior, Wisconsin. And right now that is snow covered. There's ice. It's not really a lot of open water in that direction. Anybody that might have never have seen the Duluth Lift Bridge, here she is right here, raised to the full height of 135 feet. Right below the middle part of the bridge, you can see that green light that indicates it's raised to the full height. That just lets the captain that's navigating inbound or outbound let them know that that bridge is fully raised. And this is a bridge that vehicles drive on, so both sides are stopped right now. So this is what you call being bridged. People that are driving along and all of a sudden that bridge starts going up and they have stop arms on both sides. That just means that you're done driving until that ship comes in or goes out. And I've actually been bridged quite a few times. One time there was two ships that were, one was coming in and one was going out, and it was about an hour and 10 minutes that I sat there waiting. Well, here we go. American Century, she is coming into the frame. You can see her right there, and as I was hoping, we do have a spotlight on the bow. Again, there's a variety of reasons that spotlight might be on, maybe checking for ice, maybe just lining up. Visibility isn't that great right now. A little foggy. And again, for the people just joining, I'll go through it really quick. This is the American Century. This is a 1,000-foot vessel built in 1981, built at the American Steamship Company out in New York. Oh, excuse me. She is owned by the American Steamship Company out of New York. Just trying to make it quick here for you. So, again, she is owned and operated by the American Steamship Company out of New York. She was built at the Bay Shipbuilding Company in Wisconsin. Original name was the Columbia Star from 1981 to 2006. 4 3,500 horsepower General Motors diesel engines, carrying capacity 80,000 tons. 80,000 tons of coal she is going outbound with, so she will be sitting pretty low in the water. I'm hoping we get a good salute between the bridge and the captain, but it's fun. It's a good start here. We have the spotlight on the bow, and she is just taking her time coming right around the corner. We have a couple other ships that will be making their way through the bridge. We have the James R. Barker that's going to be later tonight. I will capture her if it's before midnight. And we have the Indiana Harbor that should be departing here maybe in the next couple hours. I'll definitely get her. So if you're new to the channel, I do a lot of ship live streams here in Duluth, Minnesota. Sometimes I go down to Superior, Wisconsin. You know, depending on where I travel, sometimes I will do one. I did one in New York City here not too long ago. I was on the Staten Island ferry, but I just love ships. I'm just a regular guy, never worked on a ship. I just have always been fascinated by them my whole life. I consider it a hobby. I research them and just have a lot of fun. And like I mentioned before, I've seen this American Century quite a few times, and I still just have as much fun as I did the first time I saw her, which I can't even remember when that was, a long time ago. But this channel and what I do is just dedicated to people that want to have a different view. I love the harbor cams. I love the other channels dedicated to the ships here in Duluth. But this is just a different perspective, you know, a live stream, someone that's doing a little bit of research so you understand what's going on with the ships as they come in or go out, and just having fun together. That's all it is. So, and I learn a lot from many of you, that have taught me a lot of different aspects of terminology and just some of the other details when it comes to the maritime industry, and I think we all can learn together. That's the fun part of this. So that's what I'm going to be all about: live streaming, having fun, helping everybody learn about the ships, and just enjoying Duluth in general. And there you go. So the American Century, one thing that I've noticed about her over the years, as she is going outbound, you take a look at how bright those lights are on the stern. That's the back part of the ship. So you take a look right here. You have some very bright lights. It's a very high lumen count. I don't know what that is, but it's extremely bright. And then you have the bow that's on the right side, almost in the center part of your screen. That's a spotlight on the bow, but I love the light setup on this ship, and also she's sitting very low in the water. As I mentioned, she is fully loaded with coal. Very mild conditions here in Duluth, Minnesota, 30 degrees. And I can hear a banging noise. I believe she's probably hitting some ice chunks, some of those ice sheets, as she is making her way out. In the background, if some of you joined before, used to be lit up there with Bentleyville during the holiday season. That's no longer. And she's moving along pretty good. Remember those 3,500 horsepower 4 diesel engines, so she can really move on the lake. Yeah, it's pretty hazy. It's foggy down here right now, and that's the main reason that you have those spotlights on, probably for the Captain American Century. Visibility is not that great, and you can really see that with those lights. And as she gets closer, I'm going to zoom back so we get a good perspective of her, and hopefully we get a whistle exchange between this 1,000-foot vessel and the Duluth area lift bridge. Some of those people that are just joining, we have a 1,000-foot vessel that is going to be going out onto Lake Superior. We are in Duluth, Minnesota. And this beautiful ship, the American Century, is filled with coal. And there you can see some of those ice sheets right there in the canal. But with this fog, you can really pick up on those lights. It makes for a pretty cool shot. Notice how low she is in the water. Beautiful vessel. There you can see American Century right there on the side of the bow. Well, let's see if we get a salute. Usually right about here is when we would get it. Maybe within the next 30 seconds, hopefully. Give you a shot of the bridge as well. 1,000 feet in length. I mean, this is, as I mentioned before, this is a downtown city skyscraper in a big city that is laying on its side going outbound to the lake. Take a look at how powerful those lights are. And they actually still have some Christmas lights at the very top. That is the pilot house. You have the superstructure on the back. That's where everybody lives and really works. That big white structure on the back there you see. Well, there we go. We got the salute. this 1,000-foot vessel going out onto the lake. We always wish the captain and the crew a very safe voyage. There you go, you have the pilot house. That's that structure at the very top that had the windows going horizontal. Now let's get a good look at her stern. Let's see what kind of volatility we have with the kick up. Look at that. That's a good looking ship with those lights. Then you have a lifeboat right there that's on the side. You have those stacks on the back. That's where that exhaust is coming out. They still got the spotlight going. That green that you're seeing, that's the light at the very end of the pier. The lighthouse that is illuminating off the hull of the ship. Beautiful ship. You got some ice chunks that are really kicking up now that you can see after she went through. To those folks in the warm climates right now, we got some ice here in Duluth, Minnesota. But look at that beautiful ship. Give you one last glimpse. Again, fully loaded with coal going outbound to the lake. Well, there you have it. We have 2 more ships that I'm going to be covering tonight. So make sure that you subscribe and set your notification. What I'm doing now is, if you notice, if you take a look at when I'm about to go live, I have a thumbnail image that tells you approximately what time I think I'll go live. So that way, just take a look at that image and it'll give you an idea when I'll go live. But here you go, one last look of at the skyline in Duluth. I'll be out here in the next few hours with 2 more. Hey Pam, Chuck, everybody, it's just it's a fun night out here in Duluth. There you go, you have the bridge almost all the way down. But I'll see you here shortly. Enjoy the rest of the day here. And happy 2023. I'll see you in a little bit.